Look at this raw digital flood. Without structure, millions of data points are just noise. To find actual insights, we need a way to organize the chaos. That is exactly what we are going to do today. We will take a messy, unformatted CSV file and transform it into a clean, readable dataset using the Python library known as Pandas. Before we write any code, make sure you have Python installed, the Pandas library downloaded to your environment, and your favorite IDE open. Step 1. Take your sample CSV file and save it in the exact same folder as your active Python script. Keeping them side by side right now will save us from pathing headaches later. Getting data out of a static file and into a structured Python environment is the mandatory foundation for any data science task. Until the script can read the file, its contents remain inaccessible to your Python tools. Let's bring Pandas into our script. At the top of your file, type import pandas as PD. Using PD is the standard alias you will see in almost every data project. This highlighted vertical column represents our first core structure, a series. In Pandas, a series is simply a single one-dimensional column of data. When you take multiple series and snap them together horizontally, you create the second core structure. This complete two-dimensional table is called a DataFrame. Knowing whether you are working with a single series or a full data frame dictates exactly which functions and operations you can run on your data next. Now let's load our file. We will create a new variable named def, short for DataFrame, and set it equal to pd.readCSV, passing the exact name of our CSV file in quotes. To verify the load actually worked, we'll call print_def.head. The head method outputs exactly the first 5 rows of our dataset. Look at this split-screen comparison. On the left is the raw text straight from the CSV. On the right, Pandas has automatically aligned that text into a structured tabular format. If you hit Run and see a File Not Found error, do not panic. This is the most common roadblock for beginners. It almost always means your Python script and your CSV file are in 2 different places. Check your folder structure and confirm they are sitting in the exact same directory. Getting those first 5 rows to print successfully is the vital bridge between static storage and active data manipulation. The data is now live in your environment. Let's extract a single column. We do this by typing our variable name, df, followed by a pair of square brackets and the exact column name inside quotes. Because we only asked for 1 column, the output we get back is a single series, temporarily altering our data structure. To pull multiple columns and maintain the DataFrame structure, we use a specific set of double brackets. Inside the inner brackets, we list out our column names, separated by a comma. Notice this index counter on the left side of the table. To extract horizontal rows, we use the iloc method, which lets us select specific rows based on their integer location. Standard Python indexing rules apply here. Counting always begins at 0. Therefore, the very first row of your dataset is found at index position 0. When you slice using a range, like 0:5, Python captures data up to, but not including, that final number. This gives us rows 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can chain both column selection and iloc row selection into a single line of code to target the exact subset you need. This programmatic slicing capability is what makes Pandas superior to manual spreadsheet manipulation. Once you write the code, you can repeat the same precise extraction every time the file is updated. Look at this final console output. We have successfully extracted this targeted subset of names and ages for the first 5 entries. In just a few lines of code, you extracted a specific 5-row, 2-column subset of names and ages from the original file. Now that you have this isolated data, you could pass it to a graphing library to visualize it, or export it back out as a clean, smaller file. In the next tutorial, we will take these skills further by learning how to filter rows based on mathematical conditions rather than just their location.